Before we add a news block, we need to understand how the news block functions. To illustrate this, in the news page on our demo site, we have placed a news block into the page where I have both coffee news, tea news, and announcements being displayed. Right now there is no public relations news, but if that was available, they would be in play here. When we take a look at our coffee process page, what I've done is I've designated that I only want coffee news displayed on our coffee news page. So here you see only the 2 coffee news articles. When it comes to the tea process page, I have a tea news page that I have designated I only want to show the tea news. So your news feature can be adjusted so that it displays only certain categories based on the way you place information in. So let's take a look at adding a news block to our test page. After selecting my test page, I'm going to log in by putting in my login information. And then now that I'm in editing mode, I can select my Add News Block button. And when I do that, it gives me a number of different options. First of all, I can give it a title. And now I can choose the list type. The list type can be displayed by most recent, or you can have a manual selection. By choosing most recent, it shows the most recent news items constrained by the specific category and count. Manual selection will allow you to select any news items and sort them as desired. So, I've chosen most recent, and I've decided that I want to show only 5 items at a time. I can show up to 20 items at a time, but for now I'm going to choose 5. Now here's where I can restrict my news categories. By selecting none, I'm deciding that I want to display all of them. If I select only coffee news, it's going to only show 5 of the most recent coffee news items. By unchecking it and having nothing selected, I'm deciding that I want to have 5 of the most recent items that are within these different categories. Let's take a look at this description. Select what categories of the most recent items you want to display. Selecting none will display all of them. So I'm going to select none, which means that I want all of them to be displayed. Now I can choose page results, and what this does, it allows for me to select that I want additional pages available down at the bottom, much like Google has page 1, 2, 3, and 4 to show more results. So I'm going to select yes. Now I can choose to show my summaries. By choosing yes, what this does is it allows for me to have a little summary for my news article that will entice people to read more about the article, and then they can click to read more. I have my display options available, where I can have this block displayed in position 4 on the page. I can have this collapsible if I wanted. I'm not going to select that, but it's a feature available. I can also have this active or inactive right now. I'm going to leave this as active. And I can choose to have a half width if appropriate. I'm not going to choose half width, but I'm going to hit submit. So let's see how this block is displayed. Now remember earlier on the In the News page, I already have articles in place, so it's going to pull the most recent 5 articles in depending on the different categories that are available. So let's see how this looks. When we scroll down to the bottom of the page, it's pulled in the top 5 options that are available. Now I have my coffee tasting, my India's tea market, my mother-daughter, back to business, and review article. Because there are only 5 articles in play right now, it's displaying all of those 5 articles. If there were more articles, it will show the paging results down at the bottom. Since there's no more than 5, there are no paging options available. So let's take a look at how to add a news article in our next session of training.